Welcome to Daxue Talks, a show powered by Daxue Consulting, a China-based strategic market research company founded in 2010.
Okay, so my name is Max Peiro. I'm obviously not Chinese. I'm from Barcelona, but I've been living 12 years in Shanghai, and I am the CEO of Rehab. At Rehab, basically, we are problem solvers. We work with large corporations here in China to help them identify business challenge and match them with proven startups that can solve these problems.
Omnichannel experience has played an important part for all brands in China. Why is it so important?
Well, I think Omnichannel is very important because at the end it's all about customers, right? Customers don't think about silos, so brands should break that silos, right? We're talking before about customers having all the power, customers being extremely data savvy. At the end of the day, they interact with brands across multiple touch points where there are online and offline, and they don't care, right? They just expect a seamless experience. So I think that at the end of the day, omnichannel is a natural consequence of being customer centric, right? Of course, this is easier said than done. It's not that easy. Omnichannel is not about having retail stores and having e-commerce, right? It's much more than that. It's about putting customer in the center. It's about understanding customers, understanding what they need. And I always say the same. I think that in this new environment where customers have all the power, brands are fiercely competing to gain their attention. So it's crucial for these brands to deliver to these customers what they want, where they are, and when they need it. For me, this is a true definition of omnichannel, right?
How should brands adjust their strategy to create a better experience in the Chinese markets?
Okay, I think I would give 3 words as an answer, okay? And these 3 words are localize, localize, and localize, okay? I think that this is the most important thing in China. It's always been very important, but I think nowadays when we're seeing how fast the ecosystem here is changing, how different it is evolving compared to other markets in the West, I think localization is more important than ever before. When we talk about localize, we talk about empower the decision-making process locally, right? Being able to understand what are the uniqueness of Chinese market and then being able to adapt to that. It's about understanding what are your local competitors, what are the emerging trends, what are the best practices, what are the emerging players that are taking the whole market by surprise, right? And at the end of the day, don't take things for granted, right? I think that nowadays Chinese consumers are extremely sophisticated, extremely savvy when it comes to digital, when it comes to assess brands, assess products. So it's about like understanding them, understanding what they want, understanding what are the best channels to engage with them.
New retail was initiated by Alibaba, but all the digital giants are now participating in the race. Who is the first in this race, and who developed the greatest innovations?
I don't know who is the first in the race. I know that the clear winner in this race is the Chinese consumer. Right, yeah. I think that we've seen like the evolution in the last 3 to 4 years, whether it's new retail or it's like the digitalization of everyday life, provide a tremendous value to the user, to the consumer, right? So I would say that the consumer is the winner of this race. When and I think that. Also, this evolution, this new retail, I think that it also showcases one thing that is great about China. On one hand, is to have these few giants like Alibaba, like Tencent that have massive user bases and that they can drive inject innovation into these user bases in a much more efficient way than in other markets where the market is more fragmented and they have a lot of different players. And on the other hand, these digital savvy consumers that are willing to embrace this innovation. And we see that the adoption rates in China of any new innovation are way faster than in any other market. So I think this is a great thing about China, and this is also what it's bringing a lot of this new retail innovation. When we go back to who is developing the greatest innovations, who is the winner, I'm not sure, to be honest. I know that Alibaba and Daniel Zhang was the one that initially coined this new retail concept, and Alibaba led the way in terms of leveraging their e-commerce experience combined with their Alipay offering. But I would say that both Ali and Tencent would be in front positions in this race, and both of them are doing incredible things to bring more and more value to this development. And besides that, I would also give a special mention to Meituan Dianping. I think that it's a little bit it's often the underdog in this race. I think that what they did in terms of digitalization of everyday life, O2O, when it comes to service, is incredible. And now recently we're seeing how they are starting to collect the benefits on this, right? We've seen like them being profitable for the first time. We're seeing their stock price growing really fast, which is always, I think when it comes to a Chinese technology company listed in the West, it means that it's a very good sign that they are doing the things well, and they are grabbing the attention also, not only in China, which of course they are very popular and they are doing very well, but also in the West.
Any questions? We will find an expert to answer them. Drop your questions in the comments or send us an email, dx@daxueconsulting.com.